But of course, when you're talking about someone like Diana Taurasi, you're always talking about legacy. Could this be the final run for not just her, but this Phoenix Mercury team whose championship windows are potentially closing? You see her there. She's got all of the categories, most in WNBA history, for points in the playoffs, for field goals, and of course for three-point field goals, part of a broader perspective on how instrumental she's been to the WNBA.
With the first pick of the 2004 WNBA draft, the Phoenix Mercury select Diana Taurasi from the University of Connecticut.
I never wanted to be talked about, worked every single day to be the best player in the world. I just try to be the best basketball player that day.
Diana Taurasi has awoken!
#1 in three-pointers made, all-time leading scorer, Olympic medals, championships in Phoenix. She's just done it all.
Finds Taurasi a three. It's good! She got it! The GOAT delivers again!
When I got here in 2004, I kind of knew I was going to be here for a long time. If it is the last time, it felt like the first time. I love you guys.
So many chills in that regular season finale. You take a look at Diana Taurasi, the only player in league history to amass over 10,000 points. She ranks first in career three-pointers, fourth all-time in assists, and another interesting stat.
Really? We had to do this on this graphic?
She ranks first all-time in technical fouls.
That's her signature.
Exactly. She should probably be most proud of that.
That's
Let's be real.
Hilarious.
By the way, that doubles the next closest player, okay, who has 53. Before we get to you know, any of outlooking how she can actually extend her career beyond this first round, let's just talk legacy for a second when it comes to DT. When you sort of think about what she's meant to this game, like what comes to mind?
She is the white mamba for a reason. I think a lot of times we think about the resurgence of women's basketball, the elevation through the lens of Kobe Bryant, and Kobe saw something in Diana, something that is undeniable, and she has been the face of the WNBA for so long. All-time leader in points, all-time leader in playoff points, which means she's clutch. But also, one thing I love about Diana Taurasi is her bark is way worse than her bite.
Yeah.
People always hear these sound bites of DT saying things. People see her getting texts. But at the end of the day, this is a player that loves the game and is full of love. Now, mind you, I will tell you a quick story.
Okay.
So my first ever matchup against DT, I think it was like my second or third game of the year. My sister Neka gave me the scouting report all the time, like with every player except her team, right? So she said, hey, Chiney, when you're playing Phoenix, Diana's going to come at you. I probably told this story before. You're going to set a screen, and she's going to punch you. And I'm like, wait, what are you talking about?
She's going to punch you.
And so I was like, okay, how you handle that will dictate a lot, how you want to be in this league. I ended up being a rookie of the year, awesome, but the point is that you have to fight through those things. So I go and set a screen on Diana. She punches me, but I hit her first. So she like flies back. Now, mind you, the play stopped. And so I go down to the free throw line. I was like, oh, gosh, the play stopped. She turns, looks at me, and like, beeline for me. I was like, oh, no, she's coming for me. She's supposed to be in the backcourt on a free throw. Instead, she lines up right next to me, like this, Drea, turns. It's like, okay, I see you. I see you. Welcome to the W. After that, my fear went away. And then after the game, she was like, hey, I'm really proud that you're here and way to compete. That's what she does with every player in this league. She sets the standard, but also lifts us up. So, DT, if this is it, girl, you did it. You did it.
Yeah, if this is it, DT, we can't say thank you enough. And that's the thing that I love about DT is she loves to challenge people. But it's not really to put them down. It's more to bring out the best in them. But that's also a reflection of what she likes. She loves to be challenged. She loves when the best is brought out in her. She loves when somebody's right up underneath her and she has to figure that out. She is a true competitor. And when I think about Diana Taurasi, the competitive edge, but also the authenticity. She's not changing for anyone. She's not changing who she is on the court. She's not changing who she is off the court. She has given us some iconic moments, not just with the plays she's made and the shots that she's hit and the championships she's won. She's given us iconic moments of personality on the floor as well. And she has been so much fun to watch. Truly has changed the game.
And we also don't like to compare men to women just because we feel like our league stands on its own, but to realize how great she has been for so long. A lot of people give a lot of kudos to LeBron James for how he's approached the game, entering 20-plus seasons, right? She's done the exact same thing. Literally, year 20, averaging 16, 17 points? That is not easy, but it's her IQ and also her passion for the game that has to be respected in that regard.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, people talk about Diana and her career and her numbers. They're saying she's having a down season, but it's just in comparison to herself.
Thank
you.
It is in comparison to the greatness that we have already seen from her, because you compare her to other guards in the league, she is still holding her own and having a great season.
You know what I know, too, is that if she was watching this show, which we know that she's not because we just showed her there on the court warming up.
She'd better better not be.
She would go, can y'all stop putting a post-mortem on my career? And can you talk about how we can pull this upset and beat the Minnesota Lynx? Sort of outlook how you think the Mercury can fare in this postseason.
Yeah, well, that would be the problem. And in true authenticity, I'd be like, Diana, y'all are going to have a really tough time against this quality Minnesota Lynx team, just in keeping it real. And I think she would appreciate that. But Kalia Copper, Diana Taurasi, Brittany Griner. Those are the big three. And then you have Natasha Cloud playing with that pace. She has to push pace. She has to run point. I think getting out and playing fast is going to help Phoenix against Minnesota because Minnesota's defense has been really strong.
See, that's the thing. It's a give and take because DT is not necessarily out there trying to play fast, but Tosh really does try to do that. But that woman right there, Brittany Griner, to me is the X factor. She is in the W so difficult to guard. She keeps the ball up high, 6'8", never flustered, gets rebounds, blocks shots. I do think that if you look at their backcourt, they'll play fast, but they're also going to try to make sure they run the offense through Brittany Griner because she's unguardable when she's within the paint.
Yeah, and that's the thing when we talk about, that's a beautiful analysis. And when I talk about playing fast, you mentioned Natasha Cloud and Kalia Copper. Like if those two can get out, stay connected, get some plays, beat the defense down the court, who has one of the best when it comes to speed? We've talked about Kelsey Mitchell. Kalia Copper is right there.
I thought you were going to say bundles. Because then bundles
full court speed with the bundles out there looking like Ariel. We love to see it. But no, she flies down the court. So I think some pace. But that's the thing. You've got to be selective because Minnesota can grab rebounds and take it right back on the other end.
She's a finals MVP.
Yep.
She's a champion. She plays her best when the basketball matters the most. So watch out for her being aggressive from the jump.
And anyone that watched the Olympics also known she was clutch in that championship game. She had a career season as well, finished third with 21 points per game.
And she had that game winner against the Lynx earlier this season.